In this video, part of the Foundations of Programming with Python series, I am going to be demonstrating how to install the Anaconda environment on a Mac. We are using this environment as our Python development environment. So I'm going into Safari. I'm using base Safari here on this computer. You can use whatever browser you like. Go to anaconda.com/distributions and then go to download. We're going to be installing Python 3 version. Now, in order to know if we have a 64-bit or a 32-bit computer on Mac, we can go here about this Mac, and it then in this dialog tells us what processor we have. And on this web page here on Mac Observer, the complete link is in the printed materials. There is this web page, how to tell if your Mac is a 32-bit or 64-bit computer, and generally speaking, is if it's an Intel Core Solo or Intel Core Duo, it's a 32-bit only, and it's a 64-bit if one of these processors is in your system. All the newer systems should be this, and so this here is a mid-2010 computer, and it has Intel Core Duo, which is a 64-bit according to the list. So we're going to be downloading the 64-bit Graphical Installer. I have already downloaded it because the download takes a couple minutes because it's a relatively large file, so that I actually can directly start the installation process. So I'm starting the installer. This will take a moment to come up. I'm closing a couple windows here to get rid of the distractions, and I'm going to be pausing the video until the installer is coming up, and then I will continue. So the installer came up and it's asking for continue or cancel in this dialog, so we continue. We are getting the introduction screen of the Anaconda Installation, software installation package. We are going through the README. We can agree the license. Anaconda, everything is open source, so we don't need to be concerned here of any payment necessary at any time, or any limitations on what we can do with it, or what we can do with the source code that we're generating. This is again confirmation that we are agreeing to this. Destination selection, click on install for me only. We continue. We are not going to be changing the install location. Now we're going for the preparation for installation, which is going to be followed by the unpacking of the files. This might take quite a few minutes depending on your system. So I'm going to be pausing the video at this point again and continue once the installation has finished with copying all the files. Now that the installation is complete, we are getting the announcement of the cooperation between Anaconda and JetBrains. JetBrains is taking care of the Pycharm IDE. This is the logo, which is a very capable and valid IDE. We are not going to be using it for this course. It is just that you have seen the logo and know what it is. So let's continue, and we can close. And yes, we can move the installer to trash. On anaconda.com, all the versions that were ever produced of the Anaconda installers are available for download out of an archive. So if you require a certain version for a project that you might be working on in the future. You just need to can download it here. You don't need to keep the installers around and eat up your storage space. Now, in order to verify that everything is working fine, I'm opening a terminal. And as you can see here at the front, we are seeing this bracket base, which indicates that the base virtual environment from Conda is active, which means that our Conda installation was successful. We can verify this with Python -- version. I had the terminal window still open, so I probably need to reload it. Terminal. That is one. Yes, so what just happened is, because the environment is getting set the moment you're opening the terminal window, and if the environment is changing in between, the terminal does not update itself. You actually have to close it and reopen it to get everything to work. So that's why I needed to close the terminal, open it again, and then I'm getting actually the proper response. Python 3.7.4 is installed and is active. So that is what we needed to see, and with this, the installation on Mac is concluded.